Wedged between the kingdoms of Brevoy to the east and the river kingdoms to the west lays a massive patch of wilderness known as the Stolen Lands. The Stolen Lands have long resisted attempts at settlement and is ruled by monsters, bandits, and chaos. Lady Jamandi Aldore, a wealthy and influential sword lord of the city of Restov in southern Brevoy, has come up with a bold and somewhat unusual plan to officially lay claim to the Stolen Lands. Her call for heroes promises a great and perilous opportunity to claim an equally heroic reward. Tame the Stolen Lands in the name of Brevoy and claim a part of the land for yourselves to rule. Our story begins just outside the impressive hilltop mansion known as Aldori Manor. You have just made your way up a cobblestone path bordered by regal oak trees and well-manicured hedges that winds its way up this hill for nearly a mile. Along the way, you walk past a 2-story guard shack, some stables, and a dozen thatched roof cottages that house the families of the manor's servants and retainers. Now, you're standing just outside the manor, a sprawling 3-story structure constructed of light gray mortared stone, surrounded by hedge-lined rose gardens and ancient oak trees. The sun is just set, and the sky is looking dark and gloomy. You hear the distant strikes of thunder as the earthy smell of an approaching storm fills the air around you. A line of about 6 people stand in front of the manor. A guard is standing at the front door of this manor, writing something down on some parchment. He sends in the first 3 people in line together, yells out, "Next!" and motions for the final 3 people to move closer. He looks down at you. "Looks like you 3 are the last group making it to the feast." He looks up at the sky. "Let's get this over with before the storm sets in. Looks like it's going to be a nasty one. Names!" And now, my dear players, I would like you to decide who would like to go first. And introduce first yourself as the player, and then also introduce your character as if you're talking to this guard. Do we have any volunteers, or do I need to roll a dice?
I can go first.
Go for it.
Can I just say I'm really excited that you said looks down, knowing what I know about our characters. To have the guard look down at us, that's very...
All right, so first player. I'm Chris. You've probably met me, well, haven't seen my face before now, but met me from playing other Star RPG products. We are starting this campaign, super excited to play it. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And who are you playing, Chris?
And I'm talking like I'm speaking to the actual guard, right?
Yes, you can first describe, you can give him your name and then describe what your character looks like, or however you want this interaction to play out.
All right, Kalen, I'll describe what he looks like first. He's 4'6", a dwarf, elf hybrid, pretty much. Long silver white hair with a beard of impressive volume. He's got gold trinkets in this beard, blacksmith by trade. And introduction wise, I just would like it to be known I've been looking forward to this.
Okay, so you are playing a white-haired dwarf named Kalen.
Mm-hmm.
And you are providing this information to the guard.
Yes, this is what I'm going to be saying. My name is Kalen Hammerfrost, son of Coder of the Hammerfrost line, and a lair of the Glacierinkin, craftsman of steel and shaper of nature, born to the mountain and a kindred spirit to the waters and wood.
And you see like he was about to like try to start writing all that, and then kind of just like looks up at you and just says, "Kalen." So just Kalen.
Kalen Hammerfrost. And then I start repeating.
Okay, got it. So just Kalen. Okay. You see, he just writes Kalen Hammerfrost down on the parchment. And he looks over to the next person in line.
I'll go next. Hey guys, I'm Sal. I'm you might know me from as the keeper of that other show we do, Monster of the Week. I'm also excited to be here because I get to roll dice this time. I didn't get to roll dice as the keeper. I had to dust them off. Yeah. I will be playing Laxar Cravden, the trip key swashbuckler. And he's, if you don't know what a trip key is, it's a frog person, like about 3 feet tall. He's got a big, like, flowy pirate shirt and a purple sash underneath the belt with a cutlass on one side and a knife on the other. No shoes because he has big suction cuppy frog feet. And he looks up at the guards like, my name is Laxar Cravden, at your service.
Laxar, can you spell that for me?
Lacsar.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And then he writes that down on his parchment. And then he looks over to our final member of the party. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I think looks down would be the more accurate. We've been in descending height order, which I just think is so delightful. So, hi, I'm Mandy, and I'm very excited to introduce you to my sweet precious child, who I have made for your delight. My character kind of steps forward. They're a whole 2 feet tall. They're 24 inches, actually, if you want to be precise. That's how they measure themselves. They're wearing a gray cloak. Yep, that is hooded, and it's pulled down over the face. Yeah, that's how tall they are. I'm glad that everyone just has measuring devices around them to visualize this. She removes the hood from her cloak. Why do you have a measuring stick too?
I'm on my cosplay table. I have tools everywhere.
I'm looking at a tool right now.
Oh my god!
Come on, Joe, you gotta have one.
Gee, I know.
I'd have to get up for it.
Oh, you
It's
had
in
one
another
not
room.
like a week ago.
I know, and then there was too much clutter on the desk, so I had to clean
Guys,
up.
I am so excited
Do it.
to introduce my
Oh,
character.
sorry, go.
Do it.
2 feet tall.
Do you want me to go get the?
I will fight you physically. I know that you're a
can
drive
go-
from my house.
Like I can
Chill.
go get it.
Hey, it's a new campaign. It's not going to be like this the whole time. Everyone's chill. We're just having fun.
All right, you've been hyping this up for weeks. Let's do it.
Removes the hood, and you see 2 long bunny ears, crocheted, pop out a little pink bow, a crocheted rabbit face, crocheted arms and legs, little felt shoes, a little pink felt dress. She is a poppet, which, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Pathfinder races, is a doll that was given life. So she's a literal bunny rabbit doll, a child's toy. And
So like a whole Pinocchio situation, kind
I
of.
was just thinking that. Yeah.
exactly. She looks up at the guard and she says, "Hi, the name's Princess Pinky Winky. Delighted to meet you."
This guard is taken back. He like looks down at you in confusion.
"Oh, am I your first? It's so nice to meet you."
What in the good name of God are you?
Technically, I think I'm a rabbit.
You're a rabbit?
Well, in shape.
Goodness gracious. I mean, are those button eyes? I can't. Or
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Full Caroline.
Okay. I mean, we're taking anyone here. So, what's your name again?
That's exactly right. The name is Princess Pinky Winky.
Such an outrageous name.
What do you mean?
He writes that down. He kind of, as he's writing it down, like you guys begin to feel like light raindrops start to come down like on your
Oh
head.
boy, let me in. I take forever to drive.
Yeah, and you see this guard very much has like the look on his face of like, they just don't even pay me enough to deal with this, and I don't want to be outside in the rain, so just come on in. So he writes your guys' names down and he says, okay, you guys are the last for tonight. Let's get you guys inside to the feast.
I have a question.
Yes.
From where we're standing, if I like turn around at all, can I see the ocean?
I would say no.
Okay. That's it then.
The guard escorts you inside into the manor.
Let me in.
And as you, like I said, as you guys get ready to enter, you feel raindrops falling down on your head, signaling the arrival of the storm. But you, once inside, you're inside the hall of this manor. This is a spacious hall that has been prepared for a great feast. Servants hustle and bustle about while several armed soldiers, Lady Jamandi's house guards, watch over the hall from their positions against the east and west walls. To the north, a fire crackles away in a large fireplace. You see an iron lever secured by a lock adorns the fireplace's eastern face. 2 massive crystal chandeliers hang from the ceiling 20 feet above. The walls are decorated with painted murals of peaceful woodland scenes. Nymphs frolicking amid waterfalls, satyrs dancing with fawns in wooded glades, and various winged fairy creatures flitting through the trees. 9 long tables are arranged around the central portion of the room, each holding plates, utensils, mugs, goblets, and full, ready-to-be-poured pitchers of ale, wine, mead, and water. The smell of roasted meat and other delicious scents fill the room, yet no food has been served so far. Most of the tables are filled with fellow adventurers who have also answered this call, and the guard escorts you to the only table left with vacant seats to hold all of you together, which would be this table here, this second one in the bottom, if you want to each take a seat.
Look at us all sitting together.
Oh,
And as you take your seats, because this is the first time you guys have all met, is there anything that you would like to talk amongst yourselves about, introduce yourselves to each other, or anything you want to do before the feast begins? Or do you all just sit there silently?
I'm ordering like the biggest round of ale that I can. I want like a massive keg.
make that 2.
Hey, bring me your finest glass.
You see all of the servants are kind of like running around. They haven't gotten to your table yet.
He obviously flags one down.
Yeah, like I'm not saying no. I'm not taking no for an answer. Like, hi, you over there.
Yes, sir.
Bring me your biggest keg of ale you have.
2, please.
We just have these pitchers. I can pour from a pitcher for you if you like.
That works for me.
I don't think you heard me. Bring me the biggest one you have. Bring me all the pitchers. Every last one.
You see, she just picks up one of the pitchers that are on the table and begins filling your mug.
I'm like smiling. I look at
The frog.
Sal. Yeah. the strange frog.
Big frog in front of you.
I've seen your kind in my woods, but I've never heard one speak. What be your name?
Name's Laxar. It's a pleasure to meet you. What did you say your name was?
My name is Kalen Hammerfrost, son of Calder of the Hammerfrost line, and a lair of the Glazerkin, craftsman of steel and shaper of nature, born to the mountain, and a kindred spirit to the waters and woods.
Right. Mr. Hammerfrost, pleasure to meet you. I extend my hand
It's nice to meet you too.
toward you.
I extend mine and give you a hearty handshake.
Spartan handshake. I'm a little slimy, but that's okay. That's normal.
I'm a little callous. That's normal.
Wow, you have a really long name. I have a long name too.
I look at you and I'm just a little. You know what? No, I shake my head. It's nice to meet you too.
Hi.
And I extend my hand, but you can tell it's kind of shaking.
I shake your hand with my tiny little crocheted hand that has no fingers or a thumb.
God, you're Powerpuff Girling.
I shake it for like a second and like take my hand away.
frog before.
You've never met a Stripkey before? Oh, all right. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. What was your name again? Princess
You can call
something
me
or other?
Pinky.
Miss
Pinky's
Pinky.
fine.
Pleasure to meet you. Seems that we're a bit of a team, a trio, are we? We're the last
Lackish?
to join.
Laxar. Lashkish?
Close enough.
Labish? Laxar.
They paired the shortest of the bunch together.
I suppose so.
As you guys are talking and introducing yourself, you see a striking half-elf woman enters the hall, followed by an aristocratic middle-aged human man. The man wears finely tailored clothing fit for a noble, while the woman appears dressed for battle. She wears a fine leather coat over a sparkling mail shirt, and at her waist hangs an Aldori dueling sword with a bright silver pommel. The two make their way to the head table where they remain standing.
She's a lovely half-elf woman with black hair and a braid down the side of her head and lovely blue eyes and a scar right above her right eye.
Thank you for beating me to all that.
Laxar leans towards Pinky and goes, would that be Miss Jamandi? Would you know?
I don't know. I've never been here before.
Laxar takes off his bandana in respect.
I don't think my bow removes.
Would you like me to try?
Yeah, sure. Give it a tug.
I tug on the bow.
It does not come off. It is sewed into her head.
And he stands up and
Oh,
goes,
boy.
No. All right.
No, wait.
That is,
I think it's like hair.
that is firm on there. All
Please
right.
do not pull it again.
Very well.
So these two people make their way to the head table where they remain standing. The man speaks first. Greetings, heroes. I am Yosef Selemius, Lord Mayor of Restov. And this, he gestures to the woman beside him, is Lady Jamande Aldore.
Oh, I know.
I elbow Laxar.
We both thank you for answering her call for heroes. You may be few, but we need only the best for this great task. Lady Jamande offers the room a broad smile before she speaks. South of here, beyond Brevoy's border, lie the Stolen Lands. This disputed territory has been claimed time and again by would-be settlers. But because the area has been a haven for bandits and monsters, it has never been held for long. Restov intends for this to change. If you have enough courage to drive off the dangerous denizens of the Stolen Lands, you can seize territory for yourselves and name yourselves baronesses or barons. Restov intends to recognize the legitimacy of the new rulers of this land, and none of the other neighboring realms care enough to challenge you. We are prepared to provide backing as a trade partner and military ally. If you claim the land, you will have my support, and the support of all of Restov. Lady Jamandi raises her goblet, but the details of your individual missions and charters into the Stolen Lands can wait. I raise my glass to you, brave heroes. For now, let us eat and enjoy the evening. Tomorrow promises to be a very busy day. And as she finishes speaking, servants begin to circle around the room, offering to fill mugs with ale, wine, water, and mead. And as the servants come back to approach you three, I'm assuming, Kalen, your mug is already empty.
Oh yeah, it's been empty since before the suite began.
They go up to you and ask what you would like to drink.
What are the options?
Well, we have ale, we have wine, we have water, and we have mead.
As soon as you say mead, my ears kind of twitch, like the pointed parts. Mead. You should have led with that. Yes, I will have A large helping of mead, if you don't mind.
Okay. They pour you. They fill your tankard with mead.
I grab the person's tankards next to me, like it looks like they're talking, and I'll like hold it up for them to fill that one too.
And they pour those as well. Then they look to you, Laxar and Pinky, and they ask what you would like to drink.
No rum, eh?
Sorry, we do not have any rum.
That's all right. I'll stick with ale. Thank you very much.
All right, they pour you a glass of ale,
Water,
Cheers.
please.
and they pour a glass of water for you, Pinky.
I don't think legally I can drink since I'm less than a year old.
We did not ID at the door.
I remember my tadpole days.
Aye, me too.
You're a tadpole?
I was.
It was a figure of speech.
Oh,
Okay,
Good times.
so here is how this feast is going to work. This is a new mechanic for you guys that we have never
We
done
get to-
before.
whoa!
So
Lay
this
it
is how
on
the
me.
feast is going to work. First, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh.
We're fighting?
But we are not rolling initiative for a combat encounter. We are rolling initiative for a social encounter.
Oh, so what are we rolling plus?
Still, whatever you would roll.
Still
for,
perception?
for-
Okay.
Yep, for perception.
Oh,
unless
for
you
perception.
want to sell me on something else. This is really just.
I mean,
you guys taking
A
turns.
17.
It doesn't matter too much in what order you do things.
I'm using my pinky inspired die. Ooh, nice.
It's an 18 for me.
It's an 18 for me as
17.
well.
Ooh,
Aw.
okay. Do a little roll off.
All right.
A roll off between me and the
Just-
frog.
Yeah,
Straight.
just straight up.
That's a natural 20.
Same. I swear. I swear.
Stop! Guys, he's popping my steez.
Oh man, I have.
A
And we'll do it
roll
again.
off,
Big
please.
monster.
Okay.
If we roll again for the same, then we're just gonna merge into one character, and then we don't get to be individuals.
Pure nightmare fuel. That's a 17 for me.
Oh, mine's a 15.
Okay.
I'm big sad that my nat 20 got wasted in a roll off against Sal.
Too bad.
Those only
You
come
love
around
when
every
the
so
first
often.
two natural 20s of the campaign are both meaningless.
Yeah, you love to see it, don't you, DM?
Hey, I'm-
Okay, love it. All right,
I like
so this is how this feast and the social encounter is going to work. This banquet feast is going to last a total of 2 hours that will be broken up into 6 20-minute rounds. Each round, you will have the opportunity to socialize with the various NPCs at the feast. These NPCs will also be traveling into the stolen lands, and the results of this encounter will impact the way that the NPCs view you later on in the campaign, should you meet them again. So the way this works is on your turn, you will pick someone that you want to interact with, and I will give you an overview because some of the people on this screen are just generics, but then there are also important NPCs to the
If
story.
you do not let me talk to the entertainers, I'm gonna lose my mind.
That can be a free action. So yeah, on your turn, you pick who you want to interact with, and you choose whether you want to influence that person or discover information about them. If you want to influence them, you tell me what skill you want to roll to influence them. And if you aren't sure which skills might give you a positive influence on the NPC, you can instead choose to perform the discover check to either learn one of the skills or learn a key piece of information about them. I will give you some very basic information now about each of the NPCs here, and I will give more detailed description of them if you decide you want to interact with them. So, the key people. At the table that you're currently sitting at across from you, there is a middle-aged male gnome and a handsome middle-aged human male, both dressed in fine clothing. At the table to your left, you see a muscular human woman in hide armor. You see a young halfling woman writing in a journal, and a female elf with dark hair and dark clothing. At the table behind you is an older-looking male dwarf, and at the table in front of you is a tall woman dressed like a warrior. There are other NPCs or other adventurers scattered about this feast, but these are the main important ones. The others are just generic adventurers. So, with the 18 that turned into a 20, that turned into a 17, I believe. Laxar, you have the first move. Like I said, you can pick one of these people that you want to talk to. If you pick one, I will give you a more detailed description of what they look like. And then you can tell me whether you want to try to influence them or if you want to try to discover some information about them just by observing them further. Just keep in mind, if you have a successful influence encounter with them, I will be marking that in my notes. The more influence points you gain on a specific person, the better your relationship with them will be. Some of them, if you max out their influence number, which I will not tell you what that is, even have little gifts for you. So
A little present.
this will be 6 rounds. You have 6 actions. So try to figure out how you want to spend those 6 actions.
Gotcha. So directly in front of us is the gnome and the human, the handsome guy.
Yes.
Since they're right in front of us, I'll just talk to them.
Which one would you like to talk? First, which one do you want to work on before you decide if you want to influence or discover? Because discover is more of like you're just observing and trying to listen in on their conversations to learn more about them before you actually interact with them.
Yeah, I'll listen in to if the gnome and the human are talking to each other.
Okay. Specifically, though, the gnome or the human? Which one are you focusing on?
Sorry. The gnome.
Okay. So this gnome is impeccably dressed in fine robes and silks. He looks more like a stately gnome prince than an actual adventurer. Your options here. You can either pick a skill that you want to roll to try to influence him. Basically, in this case, you're approaching him in conversation, and
Right.
you're trying to build some kind of relationship with him, and you tell me how you would want to be doing that and what skill you would want to use. Keep in mind, only specific skills actually give you a positive influence. The name of the game is try to match their appearance with what you think might positively influence them. Or if you're not sure, you can, like I said, do a discovery check, in which case, if you pass the discovery check, I will give you one of the following. I will either let you know what the lowest DC skill check is to positively influence them, and if someone else does a second one, I will reveal the second lowest and kind of go up from there. I will reveal a resistance. Basically, there are some things that you could do that give you a penalty to your checks, and I will let you know what that is so that you know not to do those things when you talk to them. Or I could give you a weakness, which is something that will give you a bonus to that specific check. So it is up to you. Let me know how you would like to proceed.
I think a discovery check would be in order.
Okay. For a discovery check, you can choose either nature, perception, or society.
Nature. I'll do perception because I have a +6 to perception.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an 11.
Unfortunately, you are not able to learn any information from this gnome. I do apologize.
No?
He is handsome,
Can I
though.
roll?
He's dressed real nice.
Just real nice. Could I just talk to him and, like, see what he's about? Unless he's like in conversation with like human.
This is basically like the discovery is you use your turn to try to like you're just watching him from afar and kind of like trying to pick up cues on him, which just unfortunately you were unable to do.
Right. Okay.
So moving on, that will be Pinky.
I am interested. Well, I mean, like as a girly, I am interested in the handsome man on our table, but also I'm interested in the halfling woman writing the journal. But
Okay.
since the halfling man is at the table with us, the handsome man, I mean, I kind of want to get more info about the handsome guy.
Okay.
I'm afraid my whole thing might scare him.
This is
wonder
a
why.
ruggedly handsome man with a constant shadow of a beard on his jaw. He wears his dark gray hair in a small bun. He carries a distinctive sword that bears crest of a house. You might not be familiar with this house, but the crest is 4 hatchets arranged in a circle, and that crest is on its pommel guard.
Is there a way for me to roll to see if I'm familiar with the house, or would that be part of a discovery check?
Give me a society check,
Okay, I can do that.
and this will be separate from the discovery.
That's straight fire, dog. That's a 22.
Beautiful. Okay. Yes, you are able to discern that this is the crest of House Varn.
Okay, and are they local? Can I know that?
Yes, he is from the Brevoy area.
Okay, okay.
His family is a relatively big name in Brevoy.
Okay. I think I would like to not discovery, but do the influence, like the talk. I want to speak to him.
Okay. So yes, you can. I guess first let me know how you approach him, and also what kind of skill check you're going for.
I just kind of I want to see what his deal is, like why he's here. You said House
Varn.
Varn. Why- I should-
Varn.
Thank you. I should just write these down. Yeah, House Varn. Okay. I'm gonna bring up that I recognize the crest on his sword
Okay.
in a positive way, and I don't know, kind of like diplomacy. Just try to like be a nice conversationalist, you know.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I roll. Do you want me to act it out?
Let's act it out, and then you can roll at the end.
Okay.
Hi. Hi, I'm Pinky. What's your name?
Oh, hello there. I'm
I
Magar.
can get used to this.
My name is Magar Varn. Please forgive me, my dear. It's not every day I see. What exactly am I seeing here?
I'm a puppet. I was a little girl's toy, and then she loved me so much that she wished I was alive, and then one day I came alive.
Oh, that's quite impressive. Where is
you.
this? Where is this girl? Is he looks to the frog next or to the tripkey next to him or next to you?
Not I. Not I.
Oh, not to me.
She got kidnapped.
She got kidnapped.
She was taken into the stolen lands, and so I have to go find her.
Oh my goodness! I am so sorry to hear that. So that is your personal journey into the stolen lands, then.
That is my noble quest. I recognized House Varn on the pommel of your sword, but hearing your name, that makes sense. Are you a son of House Varn?
Yes, I am a son of House Varn. Yes, I am.
What brings you to the stolen lands? I feel like your family has influence already.
You see, he's kind of getting a little
Did I push a button?
bit, yeah.
Okay.
He said, "Well, I am going into the stolen lands to try to secure my own fortune."
Can I roll now before I try something else?
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you like? You're going for diplomacy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a 16.
So sorry. You see, he's kind of. You could tell, like, the idea of being the son of an important man, but questioning why he isn't, like, that doesn't mean anything for him personally, and why he has to go secure his own fortune.
If I rolled better, I could have played it off, but I didn't roll better. So,
yeah, that kind of rubs him the wrong way a bit.
I'm sorry if I offended you. I'm only a year old.
It's okay, my dear. Don't worry.
That's gonna be my excuse for everything.
You have an important mission ahead of you, and so do I, and I am just looking forward to getting started.
Me too.
Okay. We will move on to Kaylin.
That voice really does a number on my throat.
That is a falsetto voice you're using. That's gonna get tiring.
All right, so Kaylin, that is your turn. What are you doing in this first social encounter?
So I'll have you know that by the time this has been going on, Kaylin has thrown back at least 6 kegs of ale. Or tankards of ale.
I was like,
kegs?
Yeah, not kegs.
I didn't even catch that first. Kegs?
tankards of mead and ale. So he's having a good time. So from all the people that he sees 2 people he wants to talk to. One, the dwarf behind him, because that's like it's a stone brother. I have to find out his clan. And then the halfling writing in her journal across the table.
We both had our eyes on the halfling.
All right, who are you focusing on first?
Since she's closer, I'm probably gonna who's to the left of me, or I guess.
To the left of you is the muscular woman in hide armor.
Okay, so I can't just take her seat because she's in the way.
I mean, you can move down between, like, to the left of her if you want, so that you're at the table.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I move over. I plop down, and I look at the halfling. Hi, you're as beautiful as Mithral. What be your name?
You see this young halfling woman. She's wearing leather armor and a weather-worn cloak. She keeps a large leather-bound journal in front of her that she's currently writing in. She's actually, instead of not writing, she's sketching profile images of everyone at this feast. And she's scribbling, like, occasional notes on some of them and verses for tunes that she probably will never finish. She looks up at you and she goes, "Oh, hi there. My name's Lindsay."
I well met, Lindsay. I do the whole speech thing. I'm not gonna keep doing that.
Come on, you gotta do it.
All right. Aye.
For the fans.
It's nice to meet you, Lindsay. My name is Kaylin Hammerfrost, son of co-leader of the Hammerfrost line and lair of the Glacier Kin, craftsman of steel and shaper of nature, born to the mountain and a kindred spirit to the waters and woods.
I almost understood every word that time.
You see, she's actually, like, furiously writing all of this down as you're saying.
Write that down.
She writes it down. And she was like, "It is such a pleasure to meet you, Kaylin. Isn't this feast great?"
Aye. It reminds me of the Frostbeard parties that we'd have back home.
Oh my goodness! You'll have to tell me all about them sometime. I'd love to log them in my journal.
I just start to laugh, and I'm like, the stories I could tell. So what brings you here?
Well, I love to journal and record historic events, and I'm viewing this Feast of Heroes as chapter in my book that I'd like to document. I mean, this is just such an exciting expedition that how could I not join along and record everyone's heroic feats?
Sorry, that caught me off guard. No, I'm smiling as she says that.
Is it because she said heroic
I
feat?
know. Yeah. He just kind of like smiled as he heard her say that. It's an honor to be a part of this. Do I see like a picture of myself in her notebook? He said she was writing as soon as like.
She wasn't before. She was still kind of focusing on the people at her table, but you see under the full title that you gave her, she has started to sketch you out.
I like that. What do I need? Do I need to roll something for this?
Do you want to do a discovery check on her or an influence? Or
I
try-
kind of want to influence if I can.
Okay.
Well, I think he started talking to her too.
Yeah. So, what check do you want to do?
Let me ask you this. So I have, I'm a kineticist. I didn't mention that when we were introducing our characters. I can, channel elements and like kind of shape them to look however. I want to make a flower out of wood, like a wooden flower.
Oh, okay.
Would you put that under nature or would you put that under crafting?
Are you whittling it, or are you making it appear?
No,
with
I'm
your
like holding it in
kineticist?
my hand. I'm making it appear with my kineticist.
I will say that is you choose. You choose which one you want to use. It could be either.
I'm gonna use nature.
Okay.
Just because, like, I feel like my knowledge of what the flower looks like, I'm just picturing it and it's appearing in my head. So that would be a d20. 19.
19. You hand her the wooden flower. She blushes and says, "You made this? This is incredible."
I started to blush myself. Thank you.
And although she is very appreciative of this rose, that was not an influence point check on her list.
Dang it.
Okay. At the end of the first round, you see the servants come back out, and they bring the first course of the meal.
Kalen better get back to his seat. They're gonna serve him wrong.
Yeah,
Can't wait to watch a dwarf eat.
the
Oh,
servants
no.
bring the first course of the meal, which is crisp greens, lightly flavored with savory oils.
Ooh, stop! I'm honestly so hungry. That
Do I get
sounds
served
fire.
where I'm sitting or do I move back to my seat?
You can move back to your seat.
All right.
At the top of the round, that will be Laxar.
All right. Well, I see Kalen go back into his seat and he's like, "Did you make any new friends?"
Aye, a beautiful halfling crossed the way.
Ah, nice. Suppose we could use some allies in the coming escapade journey we're about to undertake.
How about you, Laxar?
Trying to figure out this gnome in front of us. I whisper to, and then I'm gonna try to make another discovery check on the gnome.
Okay.
Can I just talk to him, or do I have to roll first?
I'll say if you're talking to him, screw it. You can talk to him and then decide if you want to do a discovery or an influence. We'll do that.
All right.
You're so benevolent.
I appreciate
I try
it.
to be.
It's your gnome.
Oh, so smooth.
Haven't seen one in a long time. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Laxar Crabman.
You see, he's kind of like fiddling with his food, and then he kind of like looks up at you and kind of like scoffs a little bit and says, "Laxar, you say? What are you?
I'm a trip key.
A
don't see
trip
it.
key?
Trip key.
Interesting.
It's,
So
from the Catalans.
what are you doing here? What is your deal?"
Well, I was a buccaneer for a long time. But I'm here too, and he kind of like rolls his eyes as what he's about to say. He's like, I'm fulfilling a prophecy. Ooh, isn't that exciting?
I think that's great.
Oh, thank you, Miss Pinky.
And what is this prophecy you speak of?
So he rolls his eyes again. He's like, everything I'm about to say is complete hogwash. But I'm the younger brother of a golden trip key, and he is the sworn, he's the born king of the future king of the Trip Key Nation. So I am here to get some land for him, and I am the second born, and I am the champion of legend, destined to help the king out. Blah blah blah, all that good stuff.
So your deal is that your brother is a frog king. That's
Yes, sir. He is going to be a frog king. I was sent with a captain, an old captain, teach me everything I know, and he was sent to a school to learn king stuff.
you see he says let me just say that is really cool. And then kind of like scoffs and then looks back down at his food. You must be a really important person.
He's a tool bag.
I am the most important person. Blah blah blah.
Yes, I'm sure you are. And then he lets out like a little chuckle.
I hate this guy.
Yeah, what can I do to like see
Spit
if
his
he's
food.
like I don't want to mess with
Are
him.
you a poison frog?
I am not, unfortunately. I didn't choose that. Do I want to roll for intimidation?
I mean, it's fun. It's a fun choice.
It is a fun choice.
But I'm trying to be like nonchalant with him, like telling him about my backstory.
You can absolutely roll intimidation if you want.
All right, how would I intimidate him?
Just,
Okay, I got
are
it.
you taller
I'll
than him?
roll.
Stand up.
I'll roll for intimidation.
Or just jump if you're not.
Okay.
I can jump pretty hard. All right, rolling for intimidation. That's a 16.
Okay. How are you intimidating him?
So I am a snap tongue tripkey, which means
Pardon?
which means my tongue is especially long and I can launch it with extraordinary range and precision.
Mood.
So, is he holding like a fork or a utensil of some kind?
Yes.
You
see he has his greens and he's actually like cutting them up with a knife and a fork.
Okay.
What a dweeb.
What a dweeb. That was a dweeb move. I want to use my tongue to take his knife from him.
You whip the knife out of his hand and he looks up at you, scoffs and says, "Savages. I guess they never teach the frogs any manners."
Teached? Who's a savage now?
Laxar leans forward and goes, "I'm not the one. In school, I was taught by a dirty, dirty pirate. Everything I know."
And he kind of like just looks down, doesn't even pay you any attention. Unfortunately, you did fail the intimidation check.
That's all right.
Stinky little halfling.
Hey,
Now my life's journey
That's
is to
what-
mess with this guy.
that one woke up on the wrong side of the anvil. Hey.
Why are you sleeping
Okay.
on anvils?
All right, Pinky, that is gonna be you.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, just to like move things along, if it's someone that has already been talked to, we don't need to do a whole back and forth. You know, we can role play, new people that you've talked to. But if you're trying to talk to the same person, we don't need to do a whole discourse
Yeah.
again.
Well, I'm trying to see. I was trying to get all the little people, but yeah, I said what I said. There's a muscular human woman, a female elf who's dark, and the warrior. Ooh, the warrior woman
Okay.
who's sitting at the table in front of us.
In front of
right?
you? Okay. Yeah, so you see this strikingly tall, exceptionally beautiful woman with these piercing blue eyes, short blonde hair, and built like a warrior. And you go up to her, and what do you say?
Does she have pale skin? Does she happen to have pale skin?
She does not.
Okay.
She's just white.
Uh,
But I guess maybe like a pale white, but not pale by
pale
design.
Mhm.
Wow, you look really strong. You kind of remind me of my little girl.
Oh, well, thank you. I have worked very hard on my physique over the years. I have to be big and strong to be a champion of Shellen.
Ooh, is that your god?
So, in this world, there are no gods. There are guardians, and these guardians are like exceptionally powerful beings that guard the lands that people look up to and swear themselves to,
Okay.
but not.
Pinky would know
God.
that.
Yes.
Mandy doesn't.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're chill.
Ooh, is that your guardian?
Yes, it is.
That's awesome. I could use someone like you to help me on my mission.
And what would that mission be?
Well, you see, I wasn't always alive. I was made a toy. But I had a little girl who loved me so much that her love brought me to life. Only she was taken. She was stolen by bad people and taken into the stolen lands. And now I have to go and find her.
That sounds incredibly daunting. I would love to be able to help you. I mean, I don't know what my charter is yet, but if our paths cross, I will do whatever I can. What does she look like? Maybe I can keep an eye out for her.
Well, she's little, and she has pale skin, and dark hair, and blue eyes.
Interesting. I will definitely keep an eye out. What is her name?
I point to a little patch that I have on my dress that has an embroidered name on it, like a tag, and I kind of show it to her and I say,
Her name is Willow.
Willow. I will absolutely keep an eye out for Willow. If there's anything I can do to assist with finding her, let me know.
Wow, I think you might be my third favorite friend.
All right. What would you like to roll?
I don't know. I mean, it feels like diplomacy, but I don't know what else. I'm not deceiving. I'm just trying to get her to like me and help out if she can. That's kind of my
Okay.
goal. So is that diplomacy?
Yeah.
I know that that's boring to do the same thing twice, but it's the skill that made the most sense. Woo-hoo-hoo! Ooh, doggy. That's a 21.
21. Okay. You see that. Oh, I don't know if I ever said her name. Her name's Valerie.
Valerie, you didn't.
Valerie is impressed with your demeanor and how you carry yourself for being someone so short of stature. And you have successfully influenced her. Not only have you
Yippee.
successfully influenced her, you were able to figure out her easiest skill to influence.
Oh, good. Was it diplomacy?
It was. So we will move on to Kalen.
I'm gonna go talk to the dwarf behind me. Actually,
Okay.
is he hammering down mead or what's he doing?
Yeah, he's pounding some ale.
I like smile like as wide as I possibly can, and I like make my way behind him and like tap him on the shoulder.
You see, this is like a middle-aged dwarf with a bald head and long salt and pepper beard, and he turns around and he says, "Hello there. What can I do for you?"
Aye, we're Medstone, brother.
Well met.
I just wanted to ask what clan you're from. I look around. Are we the only two dwarves here?
Yes.
We're the only two dwarves. I couldn't help but notice you.
Well, I am not from a clan. I am a servant of Grotus.
Grotesque?
Scrotus?
Grotus.
Scrotus? Groetus.
Grotus. As soon as he says he doesn't have a clan, I just kind of like shrink back a little bit. Like, that's unheard of for me. Like, for a dwarf not to have a clan. So, like, I'm just kind of standing there in silence for a while.
He's gonna love that, I'm sure.
You're not from a clan.
No. Like I said, I am a servant of Grotus.
Well, I can appreciate his love of mead, so like the smile comes back, and I'm like, "Hi, well, I am Kalen Hammerfrost," and I do the whole thing again. Pleasure to meet you. And what did he say his name was again? I just heard him say
my name is Harum.
Harum.
Harrim.
Harum. Very nice to meet you, Harum.
It is nice to meet you as well. It's nice to see another dwarf go on this journey, even though it will likely be for naught.
Why do you say that?
Oh, that is just the nature of this world. It doesn't matter what we do, all paths lead to an end.
Is that Scrotus's deal?
Yeah, I noticed that he's like all depressing, like even though he's had drinks. So I noticed his tankard is empty. So I want to form a. Would you consider a tankard or not tankard? A cup, like a small item.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just make a cup in my hand and I hand it like it's beautifully designed. Kind of just gave me. I made it like based off of his vibe he gave. So like it's kind of like a weeping tree. And I hand it to him and I say, "Here, a souvenir for me to you." And I want to roll for influence and crafting.
He says, "Thank you so much for the gift. I will use it for whatever time we have left on this planet.
I've met other
in
guys
this
like
world."
him.
Did crafting, I got an 18 plus 3, so 18, 19, 20, 21.
He is very appreciative of the gift, but unfortunately,
It's not
this
one of his.
is
Dang
not
it.
not one of his influences.
All right, well, he was depressing to talk to anyway.
What would depression be on the skill tree?
I just wanted to make him feel better. I like immediately go back and sit down. I'm like, well, I've met the other dwarf and he's very sad.
We gotta do some discovery.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the round, you see servants come back around with more plates of food. This time, they bring spicy seasoned waterfowl.
I thought you were just gonna say water.
Spicy seasoned
spicy
water.
water. Kaylin, you said you dig in like an animal.
Yeah, as soon as they place it down, I immediately dig in.
I'm not sure how Pinky eats. She doesn't have a visible mouth.
I'd like to imagine that you stare at your food and you put it towards your mouth and it just like disappears.
I was going to say,
Can we make that canon?
It just vanishes.
Like it just vanishes.
it's either that or it's like an unexplained thing where like the camera pans away from her and when it goes back, her plate's empty.
Yeah. Just like there's constant cutting, so you never see her eat. Every time you try to watch, something distracts you and you can never catch it.
All right. Laxar, that is you.
Has anyone not been talked to yet? I feel like
I think the only there are two that haven't been talked to. That is the muscular woman in hide armor at the table to your left, and also the elf woman with the black hair and black clothing.
That's pretty hot.
Is that Sal or Laxar?
A bit of both. I'm gonna go talk to the dark elf lady.
All right. You go up to her. What do you say? Oh, let me describe her for you. This woman, as you get closer, you might not have noticed this from far away, but as you get closer, you notice that she's deathly pale, and she's wearing dark clothing. She has raven black, long hair, wears no jewelry, and she's and leaning next to her on the table is a massive, wickedly sharp scythe.
I love this lady. I can't
Yeah, me
believe
too.
this is the first we're talking to her.
Laxar grabs another. He's holding his mug of ale, and he grabs another full cup. He puts it on the table in front of her and says, "Bit to drink might put some color on that face."
At first hearing that, you could tell she's a little taken back, but she kind of gives a little smirk, a little smile on her face, and she says, "Oh, you're a funny one."
Laxar takes a sip of his drink and goes, "I mean, it's a lovely face either way.
What a little charmer you are.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Laxar. What's yours?"
My name is Jaethal. Spelled
Jaethal.
Jaethal.
Jaethal, the
What?
goth mommy.
And what brings you here?
Well, and I explain the whole thing again. That I'm here for my brother and
The
getting
prince who was
land for
promised.
him, and I really like enunciate that I'm the champion of destiny, according to
Oh,
my
so
people.
a champion, you say? That's very interesting.
I was born to it.
So
born
you're
for the
like
war.
royalty.
You could say that.
That is very cool.
Thank you. So what's your deal? What brings you here? That is a nice scythe you have.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I never leave home without her.
I hear that, and he taps his cutlass.
Well, if you must know, honestly, the idea of starting a new nation excites me, but more than anything, I am just interested in meeting some new people, trying to just start a new chapter of my life.
Yes, same here. The new chapter started when I left the ship that I was raised on, practically, so I understand the starting of a new chapter may be intimidating at first, but it starts nonetheless, whether we want it to or not, eh?
Yes, well, who knows? Maybe, depending on what our charters are, and if our paths should cross, maybe we can start a new chapter together.
I take her hand in mine and I go, I sincerely hope so.
You see her pale
Couple
white
parts.
skin starts to blush a little bit.
Yes.
She's into frogs?
Heck yes.
She's into the prince behind the frog.
That's his brother.
Brother's the king. I'm the champion of the king.
Okay, and what would you like to roll?
What would I like to roll?
Is there a flirt?
Yeah, I was about to say, what's a flirting roll? What would that be? Diplomacy? I think diplomacy is like influence others through negotiation and flattery. That could work.
All right, go for diplomacy.
And I have just a +1 of diplomacy. That is, I swear, that is a nat 20 though.
Are you serious?
I promise. I promise.
Yeah, you see she is very taken back by your slimy, I don't, what, they're not paws, what are they?
I'll say like suction cuppy kind of froggy feet.
Yeah,
and
and
hands.
you see she's holding on for longer than you expected, and you don't know if that's because her hand is stuck to you or if she actually enjoys holding on to you.
Laxar kind of starts to get a little darker green on
Aww.
the face and the cheek area.
Okay, Pinky, that is you.
Pinky would like to... Is it discover?
Yes.
She wants to kind of get the deal of the human guy who she failed to influence earlier.
The handsome man sitting across from you. Okay.
While he's eating his spicy water.
You can give me occultism, perception, or society.
Man, I should steal something as I'm here. Being a rogue and all. But not yet. Oh, okay, so that's a 14 plus 6. So that is a dirty, stinky 20.
Okay. I will say, do you want to learn his lowest influence, a resistance of his, or a weakness of his?
I want to learn his lowest influence.
Okay. I will say some of these NPCs are significantly harder to influence than others. His lowest is a 4-way tie between Brevoy lore, heraldry lore, politics lore, and warfare lore. And all of those are a DC 22.
Okay, well, good to know that that guy's not going to be my ally. I got none of that. I mean, like, I have society, but I don't have any of those lores.
There are other things to check, but they're all higher than 22.
That's okay. That's what I spent. I spent my turn just watching him talk to the little stuck-up gnome.
Okay, that is going to go to you, Kaylin.
All right, what's the lady to my left doing? The barbarian lady.
You see, she's a tall, muscular human woman, clad in a mix of animal skins, leathers, and battle-scarred hide armor. She has a massive greatsword and a leather scabbard across her back. And you see she is just furiously digging into this waterfowl. Like, no manners. She's just ripping in.
Can I do a check to see what she's into?
You want to do a discovery check?
Yeah.
Okay. You can do perception, society, or warfare lore.
I'll do a perception. That's my first nat 22.
Nice.
Plus 5, 25.
We've all rolled 1. That's awesome. At
Mine
least
didn't count.
it counted.
GM, I want to redo a mine.
So a 25. Okay. Do you want to learn her lowest influence? You can choose a resistance, a weakness, or learn a penalty of hers.
I want to learn her lowest influence.
Okay. The lowest influence that you can roll for her is to physically impress her with a DC 13 athletics check.
Okay. I can do that.
Down another,
Easy.
down
Simple.
another keg.
Do it.
And that is my turn, correct?
Oh, that's right.
Or
That's
is
your
that-
turn.
Yeah. I mean, if you want me to, I can.
I,
If you're giving me the opportunity to, then.
that's right. Sorry. Okay. At the end of your third round, you see they bring out the main course of the meal, which is a tender roast boar.
My mouth salivates.
Sal's mouth is salivating.
And
My hand's
Laxar,
shaking.
that is you.
Your palms are sweaty.
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Mom's.
Well, after I devour my portion of the boar, I guess everyone's been talked to at this point, right?
Yeah, I'll say from here on out, it we can make it, more quicker, like one-liners if you want. Or you just tell, more narrate what you're doing, and I'll tell you how successful it is. Unless there is, a specific conversation that you want to have with someone.
So he sits back down at the table and uses boar, and he goes, "Oh, my apologies." And I throw the knife back at the gnome, and he goes, "Sorry, little fella." And I turn to Pinky and go, "You ever been to the sea?"
Does a lake count?
Lakes are nice. I was born near a lake.
I was born near a lake.
Which lake?
Hold on. I know this.
What do you think, huh? Oh God.
Lake Tarantula. It's not tarantula.
Yeah.
Tarantula. Must be very
Yeah, I'm
important.
from Ilsurian.
Never been.
It's a little place, fishing village.
I do like fishing.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from the Cavalands. It's sort of near Garoond. Not too far from here, I suppose.
That's south?
Yes, but I didn't really stay there for very long. I was raised on a ship.
So you're a really good sailor?
You might say that.
I'd like to go on a ship one day.
Well, if my ship ever returns, if my mentor ever comes back to... Well, I told him I would send for him when my journey was done. So perhaps I will take you and your Willow if we ever find her. I'm sure we will.
That would be fantastic.
Yes, we'll all go on an ocean journey together. What about you, Kaylin? You ever been to the ocean?
No, I can't say I have. There's nothing but lakes near me.
There's nothing like the spray of the
Ask him
sea.
what lakes.
What is the size and name of your lake?
And the location on the continent.
Is his lake?
How
Give
deep
him a
is the
second.
deepest part of the lake?
My encyclopedia I have ready. The Silver Shara call it the Arglet. The Arglet Lake.
Sounds made up.
Does sound made up.
Well, that one I came up with on the top of my head. I wasn't expecting lake lore, but that's it's been added. That's been added. You know what?
I wasn't gonna ask, but then I felt like I had
That's in
to.
the encyclopedia.
Well, he asked me what my lake was. It's only fair.
Then what do I want to do with my turn?
Thanks for getting to know us. That was fun.
Yeah, I want to pester this gnome a little more, but not
Okay.
not intimidate him, but just to find out more about him.
You want to do a discovery check?
Yeah.
Okay. Nature, perception, or society?
I'm gonna go with perception again. Ooh, perfect. 24.
Beautiful. Would you like an influence, a resistance, or a weakness?
And could you describe the 3 for me again? Sorry.
So influence is the actual check that you make to influence him. If you choose influence, I will reveal to you what his lowest DC'd influence check would be. A resistance will tell. I will reveal to you basically how not to approach him, and a weakness would be me revealing how you should approach him. Like the resistance gives you a tells you what will give you a penalty to a roll, and a weakness tells you what will actually reduce a roll.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's go with the penalty.
Okay. So the resistance one.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So also, I'm not sure if I ever said his name. His name is Tartuccio.
Okay. I didn't know there were
spelled-
Italians in this game.
Tartuccio.
He's Italian.
All right.
And his arrogance and sense of superiority make him a hard one to influence. Basically, once you fail a check, all future checks with him give you a -2 penalty.
Perhaps a bit late for that for old Laxar then. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
And that will move on to Pinky.
Okay. Let me discover on the dwarf behind us.
Okay. Dwarven lore, perception, or religion.
I'm gonna say perception.
Okay.
Okay, not 20. I did it.
There it
and this one's
is.
pounds.
Nice.
Yay! 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 Yay!
Okay.
+6. Sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna say with a nat 20, you get 2 of them, and I'll give Kate a second as well for the muscular.
You can give
one.
him his second first.
All right. Yeah, we could do that. So for the the muscular woman, Kaylin, I gave you the athletics influence. I will let you pick a second one, or I can give you a resistance, a weakness, or a penalty.
Okay, the easiest way to approach.
Okay. So this would be her weakness. She warms up to PCs who present as females with strong personalities. If you are a female with a strong personality, you get a +2 bonus to any check to influence her. I don't know if that applies to any of you guys.
I am a female.
She identifies as female.
Strong personality.
And so, Pinky, I will let you choose 2 for Harem.
I want to know his weakness
Okay.
and his thing. The easiest one to influence.
Okay. So his weakness is he enjoys being around other dwarves, and if another dwarf is speaking to him, he gets a +2 bonus to their influence check. It just so happened that Kaylin rolled a check for something that he doesn't care about.
What kind of dwarf
Well,
doesn't
what
care
does he
about
care
crafting?
That's the
His
second
That's
question.
no dwarf I want to talk to.
his lowest influence check is a DC 13 Grotus lore.
Grotus? Scrotus?
He's a. Okay.
He's
yeah,
a scrote head?
No. I'm good.
Okay, so now
He's a
we gotta
Groter.
talk to the scrote head or the
grody.
lady who likes strong ladies. That's what we know.
Okay.
Should walk up to her.
After,
strong myself.
after this round, was that round? I don't even remember how many
4.
rounds we've done. That was round. So we're up to 5 now, right?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. At this round, yeah, because there was the drinks, there was the crispy greens, there was
Yeah,
the
we just
spicy
got the-
waterfowl, and you just had the roasted boar. At this round, they pass out a platter of after-dinner meats and cheeses.
Question before you do that.
Oh wait, hold on.
Charcuterie.
Sure, I can go.
Yeah, I was
Kaylin
about to say
goes.
I didn't get a chance
Oh,
to go.
shoot. I'm sorry.
No
No,
meats
you're
and
fine.
cheeses yet.
Kaylin.
They take the meats and cheese
Rewind.
away.
No.
No.
It's not time yet. In that case, I see her tearing up the boar, and I want to do an athletics check to like tear a piece off and flip it in the air, and catch it in my mouth.
Are you doing this in front of her?
Yes.
All right. Give me
And like
your
the little
athletics
eyebrow thing. All right. You said it's a DC 15.
13.
Oh, it's my 13. I'm actually happier. I'm plus 3. All right. I'm good with this. Let's go. 17, 18, 19, 20.
Beautiful. So yeah, describe what you're doing.
So I see her digging into the boar with equal fervor as me, and I'm like, okay. So I like tear a piece off myself, like a huge chunk of it, flip it into the air, and I like use. Is it steamy? Like, is it pretty hot?
Yeah, I'll say it's I not hot.
Okay. So I shoot a spike of wood up into the air that goes into it, and I catch the spike, and then take a huge chunk out of the meat.
She puts down her boar, gives you a round of applause.
Hey,
says,
thank you.
That
What be
was
your name?
awesome. My name's
Aye.
Amiri. What's yours?
Do you want me to do it every time? Can I just flip it off?
Sorry, if you hadn't acted like you didn't want to do it, I would have let it slide. But since you don't
No,
want to
okay.
do it, you have to do it.
Aye, my name is Caelan Hammerfrost, son no colder of the Hammerfrost line, and a lair of the Glacier kin, craftsman of steel and shaper of nature, born to the mountains and a kindred spirit to the waters and
Well, I
winds.
must say, Kalen Hammerfrost, of all those places and people you came from, that was quite an impressive feat you just did. I would love to learn how you did that.
Aye, well, it all started, and then I explain how I did it. I give her my backstory that I will not give everybody else. You'll find out later.
Hey, we deserve it.
Okay, after this round, after that all happens, then after dinner meats and cheeses come out.
Oh, thank God.
Did I get an influence point with that?
Yes, you absolutely.
Oh, did I get anything for the goth mommy or anything? Or do
Oh,
I
yeah,
not find out?
yeah, you got that.
Heck yeah.
And that will be back to you, Laxar.
What do I want to do?
You get 2 more things to do.
Gotcha.
Also, you can double down on people. Like, if you want to go back to Goth Mommy, you can do that. Like,
You can influence her more.
yeah, you could try to, like, boost her numbers or try to talk to someone you haven't met yet.
You can go talk to my girl.
Yeah, Laxar's going to quit while he's ahead. I want to go to it was a dwarf that was sketching people?
Halfling.
Halfling that was sketching people. I want to go up to her and see if she's, like, drawing something currently.
She is, like, sketching out this entire feast, like, trying to capture everyone in this room that's here.
Gotcha. I kind of peer. I don't, like, peer over her shoulder. I, like, stand up next to her and go, have you gotten my good side?
Oh, hey! I mean, I don't think you have a bad side.
Oh, you're too kind.
Oh, thank you. People keep telling me that, but I don't know. I just like to meet new people.
Yeah, this is definitely the largest manor I've ever been in. Such wonderful food, also.
Yeah, this is great. I love being here with everyone. I'm trying to capture everyone that's here. I don't want anyone to go undocumented.
That's a wonderful thing to do. I think this is the start of all of our journeys in this very room. Chapter 1 is right here for all of us.
Exactly. Thank you for understanding. How many stories do you think have been lost to the history of time? Or written by people well after the fact and they get all the details wrong? I want to write this journey as it's happening.
That is a good point. Several dozen people here I can see. All these stories need to be told. Everyone probably has something very interesting about them.
Exactly. And more interesting things to come. We're going into an unexplored land. Who knows what we'll find in there?
No shortage of adventure, I'll tell you that. That's what I'm hoping for.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to do the same thing I did before with the gnome discovery check.
Okay, give me occultism, perception, or society.
Occultism.
Why, are these guys in a cult?
That's fun. I'll do perception again. That's my highest stat.
Okay,
17.
beautiful. What would you like to learn? Influence, resistance, or weakness?
Let's try that influence.
Okay. Her lowest influence stat is a DC 13 performance check.
Performance.
to delight Lindsay's artistic sense.
I do have a good performance to save that for next round.
All right, Pinky, that is you.
I have a kind of idea that's a little bit not exactly what we've been doing, but I would like to use my turn to do it. I want to steal
Okay.
from the gnome.
Okay. Are you trying to do so without him knowing?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of
Okay.
the whole point of stealing. Could I do a discovery check to steal something from him?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do
I
that.
just like
Give me
a pouch or something, you know. How about thievery?
nature perception, or I'll say if you're trying to,
I'm trying to physically steal.
you're trying to discover. Okay, then yeah, give me thievery.
What the heck number is that?
Is that a nat 1? Is that like a symbol?
Maybe.
Nice.
Is it a nat 1?
Maybe.
First nat 1.
Last round I rolled a nat 20. This round I rolled a nat 1.
Dang.
I get a little butterfly in the corner of my vision. It says this action will have consequences.
You're like trying to dig into his pockets.
I'm a little
Or
toy
like
rabbit. What's he gonna do?
Yeah. He immediately feels you. In fact, as you walk up to him, he's staring you in your eyes.
You walk up to
You-
him
you-
with eye contact and reach into his
Yeah,
pocket.
you approach him from the front.
I'm not a very good rogue. Yeah, I approach him from the front while making eye contact with him.
What are you doing down there? What? Get your filthy hands off me!
I don't even have
Who do you
thumbs.
think you are? Touching a man as important as me.
Oh, hi. I'm Pinky. Pinky Winky.
Well, you can pinky winky your way out of my pockets.
I was just trying to learn more about you. You look very important.
Well, I am.
You're dressed really fancy, and you have this air about you where I was like, that's the most important guy in the room. So I was just trying to learn more about you.
And so you just go stealing from any important
I wasn't
nobleman that
stealing.
you find on. Oh, you were just trying to see how deep my pockets were. Was that it?
I like to touch.
It's my love language.
Go find someone else to touch.
Okay.
Next time I see you, next time you touch me, I'm calling the guards on you.
I'd like to see you try.
God. Just got a shiver up my spine.
Oh, I forgot to mention that she does have a weapon sheathed at her side. It is about a 12-inch long knitting needle that is plastic and purple.
It's intimidating.
Very sharp.
Oh, a plastic one.
No, metal. Sorry, it's metal.
Okay, Kaylin.
I just want to continue talking with the barbarian lady. I'm gonna influence her again with acrobatics. I'm assuming what was the next dish she said that was brought out?
Athletics.
Oh yeah,
you
my bad.
silly goose.
Athletics.
Athletics. Okay. How are you doing this?
Not like arm wrestling.
Or you know what? Yeah. So like we've been talking. I told her my backstory, how I have the ability that I have, and then as you know, we started talking. I put my arm on the table and we just began to arm wrestle.
She welcomes this challenge and will happily accept a arm wrestling match from you. Give me, and we'll do an opposed athletics check. How about that?
I just want to take a second and thank Mandy for the dice that she gave me.
You're welcome.
They've proven pretty good. Athletics 22.
A 22? Jeez. Okay.
You're welcome. It's because I shipped them with love, and it's imbued in the dice. Makes them better at rolling.
You got a 22? She got a 21.
Ooh, it's a close
Oh,
one.
man. So, yeah, you guys are going back and forth. It's a very intense, like, just when you think you have her pinned, she's able to summon this inner strength, bring it back, starts gaining some ground on you, and eventually she tires out, and you are able to pin her arm down. And she goes, "Ha! That was a good match. I like this one."
Honestly, you remind me of my ma. She had the strength,
Not good
the
first
same
date
strength
talk.
to her.
Comparing her to your mom.
And yeah, she sits down and talks to you some more, and you got another influence point through. And with that, we will move on to our final round. You see they bring out desserts. There's an assortment of pastries and cakes.
Ooh.
I love desserts.
And Laxar, that is you.
Oh, we do not have many sweets on the ship. It doesn't hold for very long, so eating all the sugar I can possibly get.
What do you usually eat?
Oh, mostly dried meats and pickles. I'm fond of pickles. Stuff that keeps for a long time.
That checks out.
I go back to the, what was her name? Lindsay?
Lindsay?
After I'm done with my cakes, I go up to Lindsay and I say, "So you're going to be the archivist of sort of everyone's adventure as you see it, are you?"
Oh, absolutely. I'm so excited to just, log everyone's incredible accomplishments.
It is an exciting chapter 1, and I'm gonna roll for a performance.
Are you gonna tell her your story?
I could do that, or I could use my tongue.
Oh!
Are there like wall sconces with are there like candles on the wall or on the ceiling or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's also the chandeliers, these massive chandeliers that are above you.
Okay. I'm gonna go for like one of the wall candles, like the sconces on the wall. And I point across the room and I go, "See that sconce on the wall above that one servant there?"
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna roll for performance to try to get it with my tongue and put it out.
Ooh, go for it.
That's a 7.
Too sticky. Ouchie.
You miss it and hit the sconce itself, and your tongue kind of like suction cups wraps around the sconce, and you kind of get tangled out.
Well, hold on a second, and I run over and try to. I climb up the wall, like I suction cup up the wall and try to untangle myself. Oh, I can try this again.
You're making a scene.
All right. She laughs at this, but it does not gain any influence with her. I apologize.
No problem.
Pinky, what would you like to do with your last round?
I think I'm just gonna try to talk to Magar again.
Okay.
Because he's just the guy in front of me, right? I don't know any lore. So if I don't know something, is it just like a +0 to roll it? Because you said all of his lowest ones are about like heraldry and stuff, but they were all 22. Oh wait, but
yes, but they're all.
so I
22s.
physically, unless I got it at 20, couldn't succeed.
Yes.
And that's his lowest.
And I'd have to look up the rules. I think you couldn't even technically roll for that, even as a +0, because by not having that particular lore, it's as if like you don't even know what that lore is. Like you don't know Brevoy lore. You can't even talk politics. You don't even know how politics work.
I couldn't even talk to the dwarf about Scrotus, his good guardian that he loves.
No.
Maybe I'll go back to Valerie, the paladin. I think she.
Actually, if you give me 1 second, I can just look it up real quick.
Okay. Well, I decided it doesn't matter for Magor. I can't do nothing with that guy anymore.
Yeah, but if you wanted to like talk to Harem about Grotus.
I really don't want to talk about Scrotus. I personally want to know more about him. Is he the guardian of depression?
He is the guardian of the end of time.
Oh, so like the apocalypse guy, and is now wearing a cardboard sign running around LA. I get it.
Kinda, yeah.
Gross.
So that's why he's depressed.
So he knows what's going to happen at the end of time, or he just guards it?
Because I could just make stuff up about Grotus and roll it.
What rhymes with Grotus?
I'll say you can do it, and it's just a +0.
Yeah.
I'm just if I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments.
Just break him across
and
the coals.
we'll adjust it moving forward.
Like come for him.
Yeah.
Get in the comments, as Brendan Lee Mulligan would say. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So this is how it works. If you're trying to do something you don't know, you would do a recall knowledge check.
Okay.
Do you have that recall knowledge?
I don't see that on my sheet.
I think
Unless is that an action? Hold on, let me look at my action.
I think it's an action.
Okay, recall knowledge. Oh, okay.
Was that society?
Or there's religion.
Is that
There's
under
also a
society?
religion one. I don't know if that's what it would be. I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah.
I would rather do society.
So basically the way this works is like there's countless lore for anything. And if you don't have that specific lore, you can just do a generic recall knowledge check. The advantage of having a specific lore is the DC for that is going to be lower than a generic recall knowledge, and that's because you actually know what you're talking about when you talk about that. So I will say, if you want to do recall knowledge to try to remember if you've heard of any kind of Grotus lore,
Yeah,
I will let you do
absolutely.
that.
May I? Are we doing society or religion for
You
Grotus?
do religion.
That's the worst skill for me. I did roll a 15, and I have a +1, so that's a 16.
A 16. DC was 17. I'm so sorry.
That is such malarkey. That is such. I hate it here. That's okay. I did my best. I do pretend that I
Okay.
know what I'm talking about, though. I heard him being real sad, and I heard him say Grotus. So I'm just gonna walk up to him and introduce myself.
He says, look, dear. It's pretty clear you don't know anything about Grotus. So my recommendation to you would be to just abandon all hope and embrace the inevitable.
Oh, okay,
He is depressed.
great. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, and I do hope maybe our paths will cross someday before the end of time.
Hope not.
And Kaylin, what would you like to do with your final?
At this point, I would imagine me and Amiri are like several drinks deep, laughing, like having a grand old time. So I think I'm gonna end it off. Kiss, 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 kiss. I'm gonna end it.
I don't think she's into males.
I'm gonna end it off. What's another athletics thing I can do with her? Any suggestions?
Mud wrestling.
Chug.
Yeah, I like that, Chuck. So like we're down to our final.
He missed a keyword in what you said.
No, what did you? Yeah, what did you say?
No, but listen, just regular chugging is better.
Okay.
Mouth chugging.
All right, we're gonna chug a
Your
final
mouth.
round of mead.
Just imagining chugging mead is hurting me in the throat.
It's just honey wine.
All right, let's switch it. What were the other options?
Ale.
Ale. Let's do ale then. We're chugging a round of ale.
Okay, let's do... You want to do athletics again?
Yeah, I'm trying to earn them influence points.
Okay, let's do athletics.
Mandy, your dice are so amazing.
You're welcome.
21.
Bro, you get a weighted dice?
I did, yeah. He just picked it up and dropped it straight down.
No, I swear.
That's a 12 for Amiri.
21.
Beat her.
Okay, yeah, you are able to blow her away with your impressive chugging
I take
skills.
pride in that. That's a dwarven skill that's been earned.
Okay,
You burp and a window breaks.
Yeah, bourbon is just silent.
after this happens, you hear a bell ring. And it kind of gets silent. And you hear Lady Jamandi stands up from her table. She says, "My friends, hope you have enjoyed the food and drink this evening." And her words are quickly met with a round of cheers and the enthusiastic tapping of several dozen mugs and goblets. And it takes a few moments to grow quiet again. Smiling broadly, she continues, "You honor me, truly, but this night is for you. As heroes, you have responded to my call, and I can't wait to hear tales of your exploits in the weeks and months to come. Tomorrow, I shall speak with all of you individually about your charters. I suspect it will be a busy day, so I suggest we make an early evening of it. After all, you do have kingdoms to plan." And Lady Jamandi's words are met with an even louder round of cheers and drinkware tapping. You see even a few goblets chatter thanks to overeager hands. Lady Jamandi gestures to the large double doors to the east and west. "Of course, I've arranged bedchambers for all of you. My guards will escort you to them now. I hope you find them restful. We shall speak further tomorrow when we meet back here at sunrise." And you see the guards start escorting people. And since the three of you had come in together, you see a guard takes you guys down the east wing of the castle.
Do you get
and
to walk there?
Yeah, Yeah, you guys
I'm
can
happy
walk
it's
there.
not the West Wing. I heard that's for
I
Vivid.
heard that's a TV show.
So yeah, that would be. They escort you down further, and it's actually off the map here. It keeps going down to some bed chambers, and they take you to a guest chamber. This room contains 4 beds, a dresser, an oil lamp attached to the center of the south wall, and several potted plants. A decorative brass brazier forged to resemble a sleeping red dragon sits in one corner. Brazier, I mean.
Oh, a
Brazier.
brass brazier.
Brazier.
And you guys can go to bed for that. Is there anything you want to do before you go to bed?
Did you guys make any new friends?
Aye.
Cool.
I met a lovely
Aye.
lass named
I
Amiri.
think I did. I made a fool of myself a little bit, but I met a wonderful one.
Aye, me too.
All right.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And you guys all go to sleep for the night.
Kaylin.
However,
No,
oh,
I was just
go
going
ahead.
to say Kaylin is a heavy snorer.
Honk shoe, honk shoe.
Oh, shoot.
Laxar is
okay.
kind of like getting used to sleeping on land, so
Gotcha.
he's kind of like not
Well,
sleeping soundly.
You guys, fall asleep, some deeper
He
than
eventually falls
others,
asleep.
some louder than others. Shortly around 3 a.m., you guys all wake up to the sound of screams coming from outside your wound as you hear battle cries and the sound of battle happening outside of your room. And as you guys jump out of bed, that is where we will end our first episode of Kingmaker Chronicles.
Ooh. I'm so excited.
It did
to keep
sound like
playing.
you said we heard battle cries outside of our womb.
Room.
And I was like, we're in
They
a
are
womb?
not in a womb.
Outside a womb.
Thank you all for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed playing it. I know it was very RP heavy, but that's what we like to do around here.
Yeah, we rolled some die.
So
We did.
yeah, we mixed and matched. We
Yeah,
combined
we'll get
the
some
two.
battle next session.
Yeah.
you know.
All right, Mandy, why don't you tell people where they can find us?
Hello, my starlings. Thank you so much for listening and watching this episode of Star PG. You can find all of the important. I'm not going on script. I don't have my script up, so I'm not as professional as normal. You can find all of our links on our link tree. That is linktr.ee/starpgpod, STARPGPOD. There you'll find links to all our socials and our YouTube, which is where our videos are posted, as well as our Spotify and all places you might get our podcast, where you will listen to our audio
If you
versions.
guys enjoy listening to the audio version of this podcast, maybe check out our YouTube where you can actually watch us play. All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Every time you speak, I just expect you to go.
I do. It's giving Mickey Mouse. Oh, boy.
Oh, no.